Let's talk about fear today. Not the kind that makes you jump in a horror movie, but the quiet, sneaky kind. The one that keeps you stuck. The one that keeps you playing small. The one that sounds very logical, but it actually is our inner critic in disguise. I call her the evil inner witch, right? And fear is the one that whispers, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if people find out I have no idea what I'm doing? You ever have these thoughts? Yeah, it's part of our biological system. It's part of our survival system, right? When the brain senses a threat, whether it's real or imagined, it activates the amygdala. And that leads to triggering a flight, fight, or freeze response, right? Think about it. When you're on a plane and you're afraid of flying, the plane hasn't even taken off, but you start to feel physical symptoms in your body. You might feel butterflies. You might start to jam up. You might start to freeze. You might start to sweat. None of that threat is real, right? Your plane hasn't even taken off yet. And yet, sometimes our body can actually have a physical reaction to fear. This is an imagined threat. It's not a real threat, right? But our brain doesn't know the difference. And here's the thing. Our brain hasn't evolved much since the days that we were running from lions, right? Now we're not afraid of wild animals because we have safe homes and safe communities where we don't see wild animals. Now it's not the wild animals we fear. It's rejection, judgment, failure, and uncertainty. And we're living in a world that has conditioned us into fearing failure, right? Not feeling safe enough to speak up, where we're expected to be perfect all the time, where our emotions are dismissed and expected to be hidden and covered up, right? This conditioning becomes our internal programming. This is how our brain filters fear. So what do? As always, we peel, feel, and heal, right? In my book, The Warrior Mindset, I talk about the 3 A's of going from fearful to fearless, right? So let's see how we can attack fear. The first thing is awareness, right? The first A stands for awareness. We have to first understand that what we're feeling is fear. Sometimes fear gets disguised, right? As anger, as resentment, as frustration. But when we dig deep enough and peel those layers, we might find out that's actually fear that's showing up, right? Imagine if you have to speak on stage, right? You might feel nervous, right? You might want to throw up. You might feel butterflies in your stomach. You might start sweating. You might not know what to say. You might forget your lines, right? And the core of that nervousness is fear of judgment, fear of failure, right? Fear of not being able to show up, fear of making a joke of yourself. These are all fears that we've all felt, right? But when we become aware that, oh, okay, so deep down, this is fear. Now, what do we do about it, right? We don't let that fear take over. We look at it, we observe it, and we start to see why we feel it. We question it. We lean in with curiosity. And when we get curious about this fear, right? And when we can accept that this fear is human, it's part of our ego, it's part of our human existence, right? Because we were programmed to feel it. And then we call it out on its BS. And we say, hey, fear, I see you, I acknowledge you, I welcome you, and I ask you to have a seat on the side while I do the thing that I'm here to do. And when we can do that, we have acceptance for fear, and we're not fighting against it. We're not pushing against it anymore, right? We have allowed it to come in, and we have asked it to take a seat. And while it's there, we are aware of it, and we are accepting of it, and we are at peace with it. So stop fighting the fear when it shows up, right? Just say, I see you, I hear you, you're not in charge, because I know that I am prepared to do the thing that I'm about to do, right? I'm prepared to go on stage and give my talk. I'm prepared to sit on this plane, and I've studied it, and it is safe. And the chances of something happening to this plane are extremely rare, right? So it's okay, fear, come along, sit down, and don't make it the enemy, right? Just have a seat, and I'm here. And then when you start to accept that, and when fear becomes a non-threatening entity that is just existing with you, then you can take some action, right? And when you take action despite the fear, even if you take one small courageous step, one tiny, tiny step, right? Even that tiniest of steps will help you fight the fear and let go of it. So what is one tiny, small, courageous step that you can take today in a situation where you feel fear? Because in that moment of taking that action, no matter how small it is, you will unleash your inner warrior. And that witch who embodies the fear will have nothing to say or do anymore, right? And the fear just starts to fizzle out. And then you have spoken on stage, or you have taken that flight and it has taken you to places you never thought you would ever get to if you were afraid of flying, right? Or you have wowed the audience in a way that you would never have if you would have let the fear win, right? So take advantage of fear because it means that you're doing something brave, right? So for today, I just want to remind you that fear is not your enemy, right? Find one fear that's keeping you stuck right now, right? Call it out, name it, claim it, and say, where did you come from? And whose voice am I hearing right now? Who is the person that has instilled this fear in me? Is it someone from my past? Is it someone from my present? Or who am I afraid to disappoint? Who am I afraid to have judgment passed on me from? So here's what I want you to try today. Name one fear that's keeping you stuck right now, right? Once you name it, it's awareness. And then get curious. Where did this fear come from? And whose voice does that sound like? Is it my mother's voice? Is it my father's voice? Is it someone else in my family? Is it a teacher whose voice I'm hearing in my head? Is it the bully from my school? Like, whose voice is showing up as fear in my mind? And then the last thing I want you to ask is, what is one small action I can take today while still feeling this fear, right? Welcome the fear, have it sit next to you and say, hold on, have a seat, I'm working this out. And then take one small action despite the fear, right? Action liberates and fear paralyzes. So make that decision to be brave, and bravery is a choice, right? Choose it. You can do it because that's how the warrior mindset works. We fight the mindset battle every single day until we're able to find our way out. So don't let fear hold you back. Fight it today. And let me know in the comments how it worked out for you and what fear are you letting go of today.